Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk with Jacqui Dobens. I'm Jacqui Dobens, and we are at the lovely Broken Yolk Cafe here in Temecula. It is cat a corner or across the parking lot from C's Candy, and their hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. They serve breakfast and lunch, and they have specials from 6 to 9. So come on down and check them out. They have these new barista type coffees, and you can skip the green and all the controversy with all the Christmas stuff that's going on with the Christmas coffee cups. Just come on down to Broken Yolk, and you can just put that controversy to rest for sure. So I am so excited to share with you one of my friends, Naz Khan, and it's kind of just give me a little bit of latitude today because he is my friend, so you know how that kind of goes. I'm a little quirky. And Naz is an immigration attorney, and I know when you hear the word attorney, you go, oh no! But I guarantee you he has a heart of gold. He's an amazing guy. He's a lot of fun. And welcome, Naz.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much for having us.
I want to know, what is immigration law? I remember that controversy with like Marietta that happened a little bit ago, and I think that's when even the term came so much to life and is so much in focus.
Right.
And so people think they know, including myself, even though I've introduced you to people think they know what immigration law is. What is immigration law? What do you do?
Immigration law is the law of how someone gets to reside inside the United States legally, lawfully. Whether that means that they're here only for a short time, say for a student visa or a business visa, maybe they're starting a business, maybe they're here as a professional athlete. Even professional athletes that come from foreign countries have to come here on some sort of visa to come here and play a game. So an immigration attorney is sometimes someone that helps make sure that process goes smoothly. Additionally, an immigration attorney might be useful if you're trying to immigrate a spouse, say, from another country, and you just don't really know how to do that. Maybe you've been burned by another attorney in the past, and so you really want to find a specialty attorney to try and make sure that process, again, goes smoothly.
I love, you said specialty. And I started thinking of like a general practitioner in medicine versus someone that this is really what they do and what they're all about day in and day out. So share a little bit. You and I spoke for like 7 minutes the other day prepping for today. So it's only 7 minutes. So he has no idea. First of all, he has no idea what he's in store for. And secondly, he has no idea what I'm going to share. So share about the ability that you have because it is immigration and it's more federal, right?
Yeah, so immigration law is a federally based area of law. It's governed by federal law, which is to say that the United States as a country, through Congress, has decided that all 50 states are going to respect exactly the same law in terms of who gets to come into the country and who has to leave the country for whatever reason. Many countries in the world have countrywide laws, and so immigration law, because it's federal, if you're barred in any state in the nation, you can pretty much practice and represent a client who happens to be in another state, say. That's not necessarily the truth if you are doing something state-based like divorce or property, whereas those are governed by state laws. So in that case, a property attorney from California, unless they're barred, say, in Illinois, would not be able to have a client and represent on a property matter in Illinois because the state laws may be different and you would need a separate license from that state to be able to do that. That's not the case with immigration because we as a country have the same laws in all 50 states, and so an immigration attorney from California, say such as myself, I've got clients that have been in California, some have been in Texas, some have been in Georgia, some have been really far away. Frankly, if you're an immigration attorney, your clients are not locally based, the majority of them anyway, because a lot of them are from separate countries entirely. Yeah, you really don't meet them until they get here.
So if someone has a family member and they know that as a preemptive strike, they should reach out to you and just get a few questions asked, what is your contact information?
I'm with the Khan Law Firm. It's a local company here in Marietta, California, and our web address is really simple. It's khanattorneys.com. That's KHANATTORNEYS.com. Khan like Star Trek #2, easy to remember. And in terms of a phone number, you can call us at 951-290-3737. We don't hide things, and when someone asks us a question, we're very happy to tell them. And consultations at our office, the first one is free. So if someone's just looking for a general question to be answered, call up and book an appointment and come on in and talk about your case. The most common question that I get, this is very common, is I want to get citizenship inside the United States. How much do you charge? And that's, as soon as someone asks us that on the phone, we say, well, it really depends on what kind of case you have.
Right.
And so a lot of people, think that we're just trying to play around with them and hide the answer,
Right.
and that's not actually quite true at all. Every single case is different,
Wow.
especially with regard to immigration, because the laws change so often. People's eligibility is completely different based on how they got here, how long they've been here, how many relatives they might have that have legal status inside the country. The questions just go on and on and on to make someone's case and what services they might need to make that successful very significantly different and specific and unique to that particular client.
Wow. I've never even thought of how many relatives. Does that show like how grounded they are?
Exactly. It shows sort of your connections to the United States, connections to the community.
Wow.
And sometimes that can be a significant factor in when deciding the question of whether someone gets to stay in the country or whether someone has to leave the country for whatever reason. Usually that determination is made by a few agencies. Immigration court is like any other court in the country that answers specific questions. Say family court will decide, if someone's splitting up, say who gets what assets, who gets what custody.
Right.
In immigration court, the question is very simple that's answered, which is, are you admissible to the United States? Can you get to stay inside the United States, or do you have to leave? It's a really simple question to answer, but unfortunately, the necessary amount of information that you need to answer that question is sometimes significantly broad.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you feel when you're able to, say, close a case of, say, especially someone that's been burned before and they're a little bit hesitant and a little skittish on the entire process with attorneys and all of that and all of the negative press? What's that feeling like for you once the case is closed and the goal is accomplished?
We really like our clients at our office. I leave my job every single day saying that I really have a great job. I work with great colleagues, great support staff. Everybody in our suite's just awesome. And the type of clientele that we're able to interact with on a daily basis, they get it. They get what services we offer. They get what type of quality of legal representation to expect when they come to our firm, or if they don't understand that right away, they really soon do. You're going to be able to contact one of our attorneys really quickly, and we're going to be able to get back to you in a very, very short amount of time. And because of that constant interaction between client and attorney or support staff, we're able to really effectively advocate for clients and bring a lot of their cases to a successful close, so that when it's finally closed, you can put that file away and say, all right, we did a really good job.
Yeah.
Immigration is one of those few areas where it not only changes someone's life in the instant moment, but you might have just changed someone's life in terms of not only for themselves, but their family, potentially future generations from then on.
Sure.
So you know that the impact that you make in someone's life is, it's really, really impactful in the immediate, but it's significantly more impactful in the long term.
Wow.
Some of the favorite clients that you get is someone's coming over to the United States, they maybe want asylum for whatever reason. Maybe someone's trying to harm them in their own country.
Right.
Those are the best cases to win, especially when someone has a really good claim, a strong claim, and you say, gosh, it's sort of like saving their life, to use a corny term.
Right.
But maybe it's maybe that little piece of what doctors feel if they're able to rescue a patient,
I just thought of it as it's like a legacy creation.
Yes.
That you literally can turn the corner for their entire lineage with the opportunity that we have in the States.
Yep.
That a lot of times those of us that have been born here don't embrace as wholeheartedly, unfortunately, until it's threatened. And so to have someone like you that has that heart, and that's something that Kitchen Table Talk is all about, is being able to let people know, apart from the, hey, seeing you maybe, you could talk about your, you want to talk about it?
Which part?
About the quartet?
Sure.
Here's why I wanted him to talk, or he's got a little bit reserved about it. He has this quartet that he's part of, and the reason that I wanted to talk about it is because I wanted to show your well-roundedness and how you don't take anything, so you take the cases seriously, but you don't take yourself seriously. And that's why I was saying about you being a lot of fun, that they would have an idea of saying that he's not stodgy, or he's very relatable. And I really would encourage you that if you have any type of questions or concerns about immigration, that you would get in touch with Nas. He really is a good guy. And you guys know I don't have a poker face or a poker voice, so if it's not real, I'm not saying it. So with that, talk a little bit about the quartet.
Thank you. I do sing in a barbershop quartet as often as I can. We're called Gotta Wear Shades. Our tagline is "Our future's so bright." For those of you that remember that song. Anyway, but yeah, we've been singing together for about a year. It's like the start of a good joke. There's a lawyer, a doctor, a professor, and a bartender in between the four of us.
That's funny.
And we get out, we get in the community, we do a lot of gigging. In fact, we've got a few coming up for December for Christmas parties, all that kind of stuff. And more than anything else, you need that outlet.
Yes.
After intense cases.
Yes.
People say in law school all the time, don't get emotionally involved in your cases. Don't get emotionally involved in your cases. It's true, you really can't do that, but what you get emotionally involved in is doing a good job for your client. You really, really want to go to bat for people, especially once they're paying you and they have a certain expectation of, please help me.
Yeah.
You really get involved in, I need to do my best to make sure that this person is able to stay here, or I can provide the level of services that they want and need.
Right.
And so after you've been going at such a high level in your mind all the time, so many days a week, you're like, I need to put all that off for a minute and sing a song, and now for something completely different.
Yeah.
One of those,
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's, quartet guys, hello.
I love that. I love that you are aware that you need that outlet.
Yes.
And I believe that it makes you better at your practice.
It really keeps it real.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps it real.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're all about being real here at Kitchen Table Talk. So talk a little bit about just international law.
International law is another area of our practice at the Kahn Law Firm. That was one of the areas that I was really specifically interested in law school. And international law is, at least the way that it was taught at my law school, the laws that exist between nations. International norms of you don't commit genocide or you don't commit piracy. That's sort of the genesis of international law were piracy cases and really horrible crimes that one country might do to another. But from international law has sprung a whole bunch of different areas of law that you could really encompass under international law, whether that's just a contract, a simple contract dispute between a citizen of one country and a citizen of another country that their own domestic laws can't resolve. You can then resort to international means to try and resolve that. And immigration was a sub sort of category of international law, at least that was taught at law school. So when I got out of there, moved to the West Coast over here, and immigration was really a need in this area, and especially in particular.
Yes.
San Diego, there's a few, a lot of attorneys down there, not even a few. In Los Angeles, even more so. But in this particular area over here in the Inland Empire, not so much. A lot less than in San Diego and Los Angeles. So it made sense to bring that area that I knew from international law and apply it here.
Sure. And then I remember about a year ago, we were talking a little bit about your veering into, like, for lack of a better, I just have to be me, wine law or food or beverage or whatever the name of that. I just know that look, we're in Temecula, we're in wine country.
Right.
And there's how many wineries here? Oh my word.
A lot. And it's, I guess the sort of umbrella term might be food and beverage law.
Okay.
And
that sounds so much better than what I said, wine law.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure that's a specialty, don't get me wrong. But in this particular area, there's an awful lot of entrepreneurs that are trying to put something good on the table or good in a glass.
Right.
Whether that means a food truck that's going around town. I think now that Riverside lifted that ban on food trucks in the area, at least in the county, there's a couple that are starting to spring up here and there.
Yeah.
And so they might need guidance on how, what guidelines do I need to comply with to make sure that I can keep my license, to make sure that I'm serving food in a proper way to not really annoy Riverside County.
Right.
And that said, especially in the Temecula Murrieta area, there's a winery coming up every day. There's a brewery opening up every day.
Yeah.
And these are folks that also have their own sets of laws that they have to abide by to make sure that they're, again, providing services according to the state. But if you like to eat and drink, then the Temecula Valley area is a really good place to be.
It really is, I have to admit.
It really is. And it ties into immigration and business, another area of law that we handle at the Kahn Law Firm, in the sense that a lot of immigrants, frankly, if they come to the country, one of the things that they know how to do immediately is cook.
That's true.
And one of the things that they often do is open up a restaurant or maybe want to introduce their cuisine to the United States.
Sure.
They might need to know how to open up something like that from a business perspective. Maybe they need to know what food laws to comply with. and maybe even the restaurant itself might be a way to help bring support staff here or their family here.
Wow.
But one way or another, there's always some sort of tie-in between areas of interest, at least the ones that I have, which is to say helping people out.
Yeah,
and
that's the common thread.
Eating well.
Yeah,
that's not a bad
there
thing.
you go, right? Exactly. Well, I don't even want to talk about that. 'Cause I'm still sore from my trainer. She did a great job. I'm still sore from my trainer just because of it being so good at eating so much.
And we're in a great place for it right now.
Yes, we are.
Broken
Yo, I mean, come on. Hello. I actually had them, side note. Because I have my networking group here, and I actually had them change the entire menu. I gave them a pay raise because they have this thing called a Good Morning Burger. I'm salivating even thinking about it, and it's so yummy that I said, okay, I don't care about you guys. If no one wants it but me. That was the one time that it was so allaboutme.com. That was the one and only time, and I said, I'm not gonna apologize about it, because it's so yummy that now everybody likes it.
One of the most delicious things that I had here was their omelet challenge. If you guys don't know about it, there's an omelet challenge here at the Broken Yoke Cafe. And after finishing the breast cancer walk that they have around the Temecula Mall,
right?
I think it was maybe last year.
Yeah.
I came in and was really hungry after that and ordered the omelet challenge. A lot of people are looking over. Can you finish it?
By yourself?
Oh yeah. Well, you have to do it by yourself.
I know. Well, I've seen guys do it. Well, it wasn't the challenge. They just order it.
I didn't make it through.
Make
it through. The hash browns definitely got in the way.
They did you in?
But I ate the most delicious omelet for the next few days.
Oh wow, that's really awesome.
It was really good.
See, that's why you have to come down to Broken Yoke Cafe.
That's right.
Come on, you missed out on that. The Good Morning Burger and the omelet challenge.
The omelet challenge.
And now they have these new specialty coffee drinks that are really yummy. I'm having the pumpkin, which just makes me feel so special. I need you to give your contact information again.
So it's khanattorneys.com. That's www.khanattorneys.com. You can call us for a free initial consultation at 951-290-3737. Again, it's 951-290-3737. And like I said, if you have any questions, even if you just want general information, book an appointment. The first one's free anyway. So come on in, get some free information. And at least you will have that knowledge when you leave. You'll leave knowing more than when you did coming on in. And you'll meet some nice people. We're really, really friendly.
You'll meet some nice people.
Meet some nice people.
Like my friend Nas.
Or like Jacqui.
This has been such a treat for me to have an opportunity for just our neighbors to know who you are, what you're doing, and to know that it's not this, stuffed shirt, rigid kind of, he's an attorney experience that you'll have. He's a heart of gold, and he's a really good friend of mine. So give Nas a call, get all of your questions answered. I mean, the best thing you'll find out is your information. The worst thing is you'll get a new friend.
That's right.
Thanks again for coming, my friend.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for helping the Con Law Firm, get out there to the general population. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. And we're done.